First, let me ask you something. Just think about it for a second. The last time you were really stressed out or anxious, where did that feeling really come from?
If you really trace that feeling all the way back to its source, chances are it's tied to something completely outside of your control, right? Like a traffic jam, some random comment a coworker made, what the stock market is doing. We burn so much energy worrying about things we have absolutely no influence over.
That feeling of being powerless is where so much of our stress comes from. But what if there was an ancient trick, a mental framework designed specifically to fight that feeling?
Well, guess what? There is. Let's talk about the Stoics. And this wasn't some abstract ivory tower philosophy. It was a practical guide for living, used by everybody from soldiers on the battlefield to emperors like Marcus Aurelius. They were all looking for the same thing, a way to find inner peace. And the best part is, you don't need to read a bunch of ancient, dusty books to get the main point. Their entire operating system for living a good life can actually be boiled down to one single, super powerful idea.
Okay, so here it is. The Stoics said that everything in life, and I mean everything, falls into one of two buckets. Things you can control and things you can't. That's it. The whole game is to focus all of your energy on the first bucket and learn to accept and let go of the second.
So what's actually in that first bucket? The stuff you can control? Well, it's a pretty short list, but man, is it powerful. You control your thoughts, your judgments. You control your actions, your choices. And maybe most importantly, you control your attitude, how you choose to respond to whatever life throws at you. And that second bucket? What's in there? Basically everything else. You can't control other people. You definitely can't control their opinions of you. You can't control outside events like the economy or the weather. Trying to do any of that is just a guaranteed recipe for frustration.
All right, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through a super common example. So picture this. Someone insults you. Maybe it's a comment online, maybe it's to your face at work. We've all been there. And yeah, it stinks.
And what's the gut reaction? Usually, it's to get angry or defensive or just plain hurt, right? Your heart starts pounding, you keep replaying what they said in your head. That's just our natural programming.
A Stoic, on the other hand, trains for this exact kind of moment. So instead of that immediate gut reaction, they try to create a little pause, just a tiny bit of space between what happened and how they respond. And in that little space, they ask one simple question.
And that question is the entire practice in a nutshell. Is this in my control? It's a simple little filter that can change your entire perspective in an instant.
So let's run the insult through that filter. Is what that person said, their opinion, is that within your control? Well, according to the Stoics, the answer is a very clear no. And if the answer is no, the next step is just as simple, but maybe not as easy. You let it go. You recognize it for what it is, an external event. It's like bad weather passing by. It might be unpleasant, but it's not worth giving away your inner peace for.
Now, this is super important. This is not about becoming some emotionless robot. It's actually the opposite. It's about being smarter with your emotions, about consciously choosing where to put your limited time and energy instead of wasting it on things you can't change.
Marcus Aurelius said it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realizing that, that's the key to everything. Your mind is the one and only thing you truly have command over.
So when you put all of this together, what's the big takeaway? What's the really profound idea at the heart of this simple rule?
Well, it leads to this powerful conclusion. If you can consistently practice mastering your own mind, focusing only on your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, then nothing on the outside can ever truly control you. Bad things will still happen, good things will happen, but none of it gets to decide how you feel inside.
So I'll leave you with a little challenge. As you go about your day-to-day, just try to keep this framework in mind. What's one thing you're worried about that's truly outside of your control? And what would it feel like to just choose to let it go?